All right, today we're diving into anxiety disorders. We're going to talk about a feeling that's, believe it or not, both a life-saving alarm system and, for millions, a totally debilitating disorder.
You ever feel like your mind is, well, just a chaotic scene like this one? A total storm of worries and fears? This painting, The Garden of Earthly Delights, is such a powerful metaphor for what overwhelming anxiety feels like. But here's the fascinating part, right? The core emotion here, anxiety itself, is actually designed to protect us.
Yeah, you heard me right. To really get what happens when it all goes wrong, we first have to appreciate what anxiety does right. Because in its healthy form, it's not the enemy at all. It's actually a crucial survival tool.
Okay, think of it like this. Pain is a signal, right? You touch a hot stove, pain screams at you to pull back. It's protecting you. While healthy anxiety, it works the exact same way. It's your brain's built-in alarm system, just letting you know, hey, pay attention, there's a potential challenge up ahead.
And you know what? This mental alarm is surprisingly useful. It's that feeling that keeps you a little more aware when you're walking down a dark street. It's what pushes you to actually prepare for that big presentation. It's that motivational kick you need to get things done. A little bit of anxiety, it can literally sharpen your focus and make you perform better.
So where's the line? What's the tipping point? How does that helpful little warning signal suddenly morph into this relentless, crushing weight? Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about when normal worry crosses over into a full-blown disorder.
Let's break down the difference, because it's a big one. On one side, you've got fear. That's a direct response to a clear and present danger, like a car swerving right at you. But on the other side, you have what we call pathological anxiety, and that's when it's become a disorder. The reaction is just completely out of proportion to the threat, or, get this, sometimes there's no obvious threat at all. It's just this persistent, vague dread that can make you want to avoid, well, everything.
And believe me, when that internal alarm gets stuck in the on position, it's not just in your head. No way. It totally hijacks your entire body.
See, anxiety isn't just one thing. It's more like a cascade of reactions, a chain reaction that hits you on every single level. How you think, how you feel, how your body physically responds, and even how you act.
So what does that actually feel like? Well, cognitively, your thoughts are racing, you can't concentrate for the life of you, and you get that terrifying feeling like you're losing control. Emotionally, you're just flooded with fear, restlessness, a sense of panic. Behaviorally, you start avoiding things, people, places, situations, anything that might trigger it. And physically, oh man, your body just goes into overdrive. Heart pounding, can't catch your breath, muscles clenched tight. It's like your body is screaming, danger, even when your logical mind is saying, no, we're totally safe.
To really understand just how intense this whole thing can get, we're going to zoom in on one specific condition where all of these symptoms just explode, all at once. We're talking about panic disorder. And here's a little fun fact for you, a bit of history. The word panic actually comes from the Greek god Pan. The myth says his scream could cause this sudden irrational terror in anyone who heard it. And honestly, that is a perfect description of a panic attack, a sudden, overwhelming, and absolutely terrifying wave of fear. So, what exactly is a panic attack? We're talking about a sudden, terrifying wave of fear that hits its peak in under 10 minutes. This is not a slow burn, it's an explosion, an absolute explosion of physical and mental symptoms so intense that people often literally think they're having a heart attack or are actually losing their minds.
So how does this awful spiral even happen? Well, it's a vicious cycle, and it can start with something completely harmless, like maybe you feel a little short of breath or your heart skips a beat. But then your mind jumps to the worst possible conclusion. It misinterprets that feeling as a sign of imminent danger, thinking, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. And that catastrophic thought, that's the trigger. That unleashes the full-blown panic attack. But here's the cruelest part of it all. The experience is so terrifying that it creates this powerful fear of the fear itself. You're left constantly on edge, just waiting for the next attack to hit. The real trap isn't even the attack, it's the constant fear of the next one.
Okay, wow. That was an intense look at just one disorder. But it's so important to remember that there is a path forward. There is absolutely hope. Because panic disorder is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, you see. The whole family of anxiety disorders also includes things like social anxiety disorder, that intense fear of being judged by others, or agoraphobia, which is a fear of places where you feel like you can't escape. There's also generalized anxiety disorder, which is just this constant state of free-floating worry about, well, everything and nothing at the same time. And there are others too. And even though they all look a little different, they share the same core engine. a fear response that's just gone haywire, and this powerful, powerful urge to avoid. And look, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Anxiety disorders are not character flaws. They are not a sign of weakness. They are real, recognized medical conditions. And the best news of all? They are absolutely 100% treatable. And there are some really effective ways to treat them. One of the most powerful tools we have is something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It's specifically designed to break that vicious cycle we were just talking about. It helps people learn how to challenge those anxious thoughts and change the avoidance behaviors. And when you combine it with other approaches, like medication or even just simple relaxation techniques, there is a very clear path to getting better.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, anxiety is so much more than just feeling worried. It's this really complex dance between our thoughts, our feelings, and our body's physical responses. But by understanding the difference between a helpful warning and a haywire alarm, we can start to see a way through it. And that leaves us with a pretty important question, doesn't it? Knowing all of this now, how can we all do a better job of supporting the people who are fighting these invisible battles every single day?